Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Shenandoah, Bob Lucky Folden Field. It's going to be game 2 of the Hawkeye 10 softball doubleheader between the St. Albert Saints and your Shenandoah Phillies. Shenandoah won game 1 3-2. Took a 3-0 lead. St. Albert scored 2 in the top of the 7th before they were shut down with a tying run left at second base. So Shenandoah wins 3-2, looking for a sweep here tonight, and going to a familiar face in the circle as Jenna Burdorf makes her first appearance in the circle of the season. It's going to be battery mates of Jenna Burdorf and Nevaeh Yale around the outfield. Sarah Pickens will be starting tonight in left field. Cassidy Stevens in center. Caroline Rogers in right. And around the infield, third base Kylie Fouch, shortstop Abby Dumler, second base Lexi Shabam, and first base Callie Bebout. So Shenandoah, as I mentioned, winning game number 1. See if they can go for the sweep here as Kira Hochstein steps in for the St. Albert Saints, this first baseman tonight in game 2. And I'm a solo mission here tonight. My partner in crime, Jay Soderberg, is on vacation somewhere on the coast. So if the camera work is terrible, that's his fault. First pitch from Burdorf is chopped foul on a bunt attempt. So Hochstein even in the count, or down in the count rather. No balls and 1 strike. As I mentioned, this is Jenna's first start or pitching action of the season to this point. I'm sure she'll pitch some more, and she's pitched a lot over her career, but first of the season. 0-1 misses up and away. Umpires for tonight will be folks from Oakland, Chris Conover and Gary Wax. Those will be the umpires tonight. 1 ball, 1 strike, and that ball's popped up. Foul territory, room over there at third, but Kylie Fouch couldn't hang on. So it'll just be an eventful strike number 2 for Hochstein. So a little bit of softball luck there. The ball just in and out of the glove of Kylie Fouch. So now 1 ball, 2 strikes. Burdorf still way up here in the count to begin game 2 of this varsity doubleheader. 1-2 is an off-speed pitch, missed upstairs and in. So 2 balls now and 2 strikes to the leadoff hitter for the Saints. Two offering, swung on and missed. So Burdorf, good start to the night. Gets out number 1 and strikeout number 1 as now Tessa Clifton will step in for the Saints. Clifton playing shortstop tonight in game 2 for the Saints. Got 1 out here in the top of the first, just getting started. Nothing if you're just joining us. If you're just joining us, where have you been for the last 5 minutes? Burdorf's first pitch, that ball's going to be popped into left field. Sarah Pickens there. Kennecorn, never a doubt. So Pickens gets her first start of the season, and she gets her first play of the season. That'll be an F7 if you're scoring at home, and we know you are. Hopefully that was good camera work because I was watching the play there. So Alexis Narmi, she was the pitcher of record for the Saints in game 1. She took the loss, tough luck loss, 3-2. First pitch in for strike number 1 from Burdorf to Narmi. 2 down here, top of the first. A 1 offering to Narmi. That ball's going to be popped up into shallow center field, and that will be out number 3. So nothing doing here, top of the first. We go to the bottom half. Shenandoah coming to bat.
Here it is. This is where my passion is my major.
With more than 80 areas of study, dozens of clubs and activities to choose from, and advisors who ask the right questions and offer support, it's easy to be you at Iowa Western.
United Group Insurance. People you know and people you trust. Because we are local in Southwest Iowa with offices in Red Oak, Atlantic, Griswold, and Shenandoah. Our team of agents will find the perfect policy for your needs from the wide variety of carriers that we work with. We offer policies for home, auto, life, farm, health, and commercial with vast experience in both hail and crop insurance. Learn more at UnitedGroupINS.com today.
Welcome back here to Shenandoah. Bottom of the first we go. The Doug Myers Chevrolet batting order for the Phillies. Be Caroline Rogers leading off. Jenna Burdorf batting second. Batting third, Peyton Ethan, designated player here. Pitcher of record in Game 1. Nevaeh Yale batting cleanup fifth. Third baseman Kylie Fouch, sixth. Alexi Shabam playing second. Seventh, Abby Dumler at shortstop. Eighth, Callie Bebout at first. And ninth, Cassidy Stevens in center field. And the designated player, Ethan, is going to be batting for Sarah Pickens, who has already shown up here in the top of the first with a really nice catch to begin the ball game. So they're going to be going up against Ella Narmy. So Ella Narmy set to toe the slab here for the Saints in just their third game of the season. They played Westwood earlier in the year. Their opening game of the season got the win, and their second game of the season was finished up about 35 minutes ago. So this will be their third game of the year. Shenandoah already playing their fifth game of the season. Shenandoah 4-1 here early on in the season, trying to make it 5-1 and finish the Tuesday night sweep here in beautiful Shenandoah. It's a beautiful night tonight. If you're not doing anything, stop listening to me and come on out to the Shenandoah Athletic Complex and watch me later. But we're ready to go here in the bottom of the first. Caroline Rogers, the right fielder, leading things off here for Shenandoah, as has been typical of the season for Shenandoah. Narmy sets and fires. First pitch is in for strike number one. So Rogers down on the count, 0-1. A 1 offering to Rogers. That's just inside. So 1 ball, 1 strikes from Narmy to Rogers. 1-1 offering is way upstairs. That's going to be 2 balls and 1 strike. 2-1 the count to Rogers. Two-one offering, that's going to be way inside. So now we are a 3-1 count. Rogers always a threat to steal. Always a threat to steal as the leadoff hitter for the Phillies. 3-1 offering, that's swing and a miss. Well behind that 3-1 fastball from Narmy. We mentioned always a threat to steal. Rogers 6 for 6 already on the season in stolen bases. So definitely a key piece to get on base for the Phillies. 3-2, just missed. Really good spot by Narmy. Tough luck there for her, but good job by Rogers to work the walk. Now you got lots of things in play here. Slap hitter Jenna Burdorf, good speed at first. Caroline Rogers. You got to feel like Rogers will be on the move, first or second pitch here. First offering not going to be there, and the throw down is not in time, and Rogers gets her 7th steal of the season. If she didn't have any in game 1, I'm sure she did. So it's 1-0 the count to Burdorf. Now Rogers sitting at second base in scoring position. And another steal attempt, nobody covering third, and now Rogers on her way home, and she will score. So she gets the steal of third, and then she advances home on the errant throw. So 1 run already for Shenandoah on no hits, and I mean, it's kind of how, if you're Coach Burdorf, that's probably how you drew it up. Steal second, steal third, bad throw, score. 1-0. And that one's in there, so 2 balls and 1 strike now to Burdorf. Narmi got herself in the count here. That's kind of how the first game went. It was very little hitting from either side, but just a lot of Shenandoah playing some small ball, and St. Albert helping the cause with some errant throws and things like that. That allowed Shenandoah to get the lead, take the lead, and keep it. So it's 3-1 now from Narmi to Burdorf. Burdorf takes upstairs. So back-to-back walks from Narmi to start game 2 of this doubleheader. And Burdorf, another one, not afraid to steal some bases, as Burdorf is also 6 for 6 coming into today, stealing. So I don't know how many she had in game 1, but now Athan steps in. She does not swing, and Burdorf sliding, and definitely an option, but chose not to and beat the throw. So she's safe at second now, and it's 0-1 the count to Peyton Athan, pitcher of record in game number 1. Athan showing early like she wants to lay one down, and she does, and that's going to go foul. That's almost exactly how Shenandoah scored their 3rd run. There was a runner at second base, and Athan laid a bunt down, got out at first, and nobody was covering home after that force out, and the runner from second ended up coming all the way around to score. And the 0-2 pitch misses upstairs. So it's 1 ball and 2 strikes to Athan with 2 strikes. Bunt's probably off, you'd imagine. One-two offering from Narmi. That's going to be popped up in first base side, but not going to be enough time for Hochstein to get over and make the play. It's going to be 1 ball now, 2 strikes from Narmi to Athan, trying to get the first out of the bottom of the first. And that one is, again, just kind of off the thumbs, foul our way, well behind it, and jammed Athan. So we'll do it again, 1 ball and 2 strikes. One-two, swung on and missed. Good pitch that time by Narmi. Gets out number 1. So we got 1 out here in the bottom half. And that brings up Nevaeh Yale, catcher for Shenandoah. Yale steps in with Burdorf still at second base, 1 out. And that first pitch misses inside, so 1 ball, no strikes. Fastball up and away. So 2-0 now to Yale. Might see some action here. If the count evens up here, getting Burdorf over to third base. We'll see what happens. 2-0 offering. That's in for strike number 1. So now 2-1 as Narmi gets herself in the count here. Two-one misses up and away. So 3-1 to the cleanup hitter for Shenandoah with Kylie Fouch on deck for the Phillies. 3-1, that misses up, and that ball gets away from the catcher, and Berdorf will get to third base. So now we've got runners at the corners with Yale at first, Berdorf at third, and one out for Kylie Fouch. So it looks like Brooklyn Maher is going to step in.
At first base for the Phillies, number 14, Brooklyn Maher.
Brooklyn Maher is going to step in as a courtesy runner for Nevaeh Yale. That's going to bring up Kylie Fouch. And Maher is going to step in, probably going to be at second base after pitch number 1 here, I'd imagine. First pitch in for a strike. She did not go. So it is 0-1. So Maher gets into second base, and it is now 0-2 to Kylie Fouch. So now runners at second and third, still just one out in the inning. Any ball past the pitcher on the ground is going to get one in, depending upon the throw, maybe two. And they're going to call a strike on that one. That was a generous strike call at best. It was a 1-1 count, my apologies. So 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Fouch. Narmi with the 1-2 offering, swing and a miss. Well behind Narmi. If she gets in the zone, she's got plenty of zip on the fastball. She can blow it right by some of these hitters. But now 2 down with Lexi Shabam, who's been putting the bat on the ball early on in the year. Been a nice spark plug in the late middle part of this lineup. See if she can get some 2-out magic here in the bottom of the first. First pitch misses down and in, so Narmi behind in the count, and we've said that a lot here in the first inning. Behind in the count, 1-0. And another one that squirts away. Berdorf on the way home. Play at the plate. No play at the plate. So Shenandoah, 2 runs in the inning on the benefit of exactly 0 hits to this point. But just a couple of defensive mistakes here for St. Albert has allowed Shenandoah to get ahead here early, much like in game number 1. So it's 2-0 to Shabam now with Maher sitting at third. And that 2-0 is swung on and missed. So 2-1 to Shabam. Two-one misses away, and Maher's going to go to the plate, and she's going to score. So 3 runs on 0 hits to this point. And if I'm being honest, I don't actually know if Maher touched the plate. That's something to think about. If they make a pitch, it doesn't really matter. But if she touched the plate, she barely touched the plate. 3-1, that's fouled straight back. So it doesn't matter now as we've continued on. But a full count now to Shabam. With now nobody on base. And Narmi trying to get herself out of the bottom of the first, where really, other than being wild in the circle and some just poor handling of the ball, as that 3-2 count, or the 3-2 pitch is fouled off, we'll do it again. So full count again. Narmi and the Saints kind of been their own worst enemy here in the bottom of the first. Payoff pitch one more time. Ball 4. So another walk. Just off for a stroll, as that is the 4th first inning walk for Ella Narmi. And now Abby Dummler steps in. 2 down. Phillies already with 3 in the bottom half of this first inning. Have not even put the ball in play in fair territory. Up 3-0. And that first pitch misses down. Shabam stealing second without really much of a play. So another runner in scoring position and a 1-0 count. Now anything hit in the outfield is going to get Shabam in. And that one swung on and missed. So even up in the count, 1-1. One offering from Narmi, down and away. Shabam at second base. Was the 4th walk of the bottom of the first. Dummler in the box. And that one is thumbed foul again behind Narmi. Narmi is either doing a really good job of jamming the hitters, or Shenandoah is just well behind. And just need to decide to swing a little sooner, one or the two. But either way, we'll do it again. 1-2 pitch from Narmi again. That one is chopped fair and in between short and third. The throw to the plate is going to be in time, but the throw was not handled. So the first hit of the inning and a good throw to the plate, but Markle couldn't hang on. So it's going to be an RBI single, and Dummler will take second on the throw. But when you have all those walks and then you finally give up a hit, sometimes it comes back to bite you, and it did right there. And now Callie Bebout, the 7th Philly to bat here in the top or the bottom half of the bottom half of the first, up 4-0. First pitch to Bebout in for strike one. Bebout got her first hit of the year in game 1. Hit it right back up the middle with a runner at third base. And that one is in for strike number 2. And we're going to get, I believe, an interference call on Dummler. So that'll be out number 3. We'll sort that out when we come back. But 4 runs on the benefit of 1 hit. Phillies up 4-0 going to the second.
For over 30 years, Pella Corporation has proudly supported the communities and neighborhoods they call home. As one of the largest employers in the area, they believe in investing in their community, creating opportunities, and shaping a brighter future for all. Visit www.careers.pella.com to explore exciting possibilities and see what job opportunities could await you. Again, www.careers.pella.com.
From large projects to daily tasks, we can help at Miller Building Supply in Shenandoah. This is Josh, and we pride ourselves on quality products, knowledge, and service. We're always available for advice on the projects that take years to design or the issues that need fixed in a hurry. And we offer free estimates on anything and everything you need to complete both. When you have a demand, we offer the supply. Miller Building Supply in Shenandoah.
We're back here in Shenandoah, top of the second, here at Bob Lucky Fulton Field. Shenandoah, 4-0. 4 walks, 1 hit, 1 error, and 2 pass balls that were costly that allowed runs to score. And it's going to be 4-5-6 up for the Saints. That first ball misses up and in from Burdorf, who pitched a scoreless top half, a hitless top half of the first inning. But there was some contact into the outfield where Pickens made a play and Stevens made a play in left and center, respectfully. 1-0 the count to Caitlin Hendricks, the center fielder for the Saints. I feel like the camera work's been okay, but I really can't see the camera. So if it's bad. Remember, it's Coach Soderberg's fault. As that 1-0 pitch is in for strike number 1. So 1-1 now to the center fielder for the Saints. The game going on behind us there at Harris Parker Field is in the bottom of the 7th inning. Shenandoah down 12-5 to St. Albert over there. Up here, that's game 1. Just not yet quite finished up. There's nobody out in the bottom of the 7th inning. 2-1 is popped up the elevator shaft and out of play. That's going to be just a fun strike there. So now 1 ball, 2 strikes as Hendricks, 2 balls, 2 strikes as Hendricks trying to work her way on to get something going and get the Saints on the board. Two offering well upstairs, so we are full. We'll do it to the full count offering here from Burdorf to Hendricks. Full count is upstairs, so Hendricks works the walk. So the first base runner of game 2 for the Saints. That brings up Olivia Gardner.
Number 8, Olivia Gardner.
Gardner looks like a slap hitter. Looks like she was in game 1, so I assume that's the situation here. And squared and offered. Throw to second is not going to be there. Terrible camera angle. Sorry, everyone. But it is a stolen base for Hendricks. Trust me on that. And Gardner is down on the count, 0-1. So Hendricks at second, Gardner in the box. And she offers and fouls that bunt attempt off, straight back. So Burdorf way up in the count at 0-2. Offering is offered at foul, and that should be out number 1, and it is. So it'll go down as a strikeout, and out number 1 for Burdorf and the Phillies.
Now batting for the Saints, the catcher, number 15, Michaela Markle.
So Michaela Markle had a tough bottom half of the first inning, had a poor throw to third, which led to the first run, and then had 2 pass balls, which led to runs 2 and 3. But she makes up for it here with a smash to center field. But right there is Stevens, and a good throw would have had Hendricks, as that throw was well inside of first base. But it's going to go down as a fielder's choice, out number 2, as Markle put a charge into it. But the wind is blowing against her here, not much of a breeze. But it'll be an F8 and out number 2. But as I mentioned, Hendricks gets over to third on the fielder's choice. So now Ellen Army, chance to help herself here. Something in the outfield, get you a run, get you back in the ball game. First pitch missed outside, 1-0. We have a stray baseball on the softball field. That happens from time to time. Crisis averted. Everybody's okay. And it looks like we're ready to play again. All right, here we go. We got 1 ball, no strikes to Ellen Army with Hendricks at third and 2 down here for the Saints. And that ball misses down and away. So 2-0 to the Saints pitcher from the Phillies pitcher. 2-0 offering, misses up and away. So 3-0. Army way up in the count here. You almost think maybe just an automatic take here and see if she can get on base and just go ahead and take second. They just go ahead and give it to her. So it's going to be a walk. And that's going to bring up Lily Barnes. That's going to bring up Leighton Finnegan as the courtesy runner.
Attention, please, now running for the pitcher, Narmi at first base.
So Narmi looks like a good athlete, but she's a pitcher, so sometimes that means that she can't run. So Finnegan will come on as the courtesy runner. As now Barnes steps up with 2 down and runners at the corners, and then an errant throw, and just an unnecessary throw, allows the first run of the ball game. So we've had 5 runs in the first all inning and 2/3, and 1 hit. 5 runs on 1 hit, and now 2 errors apiece, 1 for each side, 1 for each catcher. So 1-0 pitch to Barnes is in for strike 1. So 1-1 as Burdorf trying to minimize the damage, just 1 run. Burdorf gets it in there for strike number 2. So dotting the corner here after falling behind 0-1. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the right fielder for the Saints. And that is in for strike 3, looking. So that'll end the inning. And for the Saints, 1 run, no hits, 1 error, 1 left. We go to the bottom half, 4-1 Phillies.
I always was fascinated with working on vehicles ever since I was a little kid. I went to college for it, and it's just fun. To me, it's like an adult with a puzzle. When you can take the vehicles apart and you put them back together. The most rewarding thing about our business is just having customers be happy when they leave. It's everything. If you have people leave and they're unhappy, you have no business.
Back here in Shenandoah, and since if you remember that Abby Dummler was called out on an interference call on the bases at the end, the bottom of the first, that means it's still 7-8-9 due up. So Callie Bebout will have her at bat start over. Essentially, never happened in the bottom of the first. So Bebout will lead things off.
First baseman, number 6, Callie Bebout.
First pitch to Bebout is upstairs. So 1-0 to the first baseman for Shenandoah. Offering is lined to third base, and it was Alexis Narmi making a play. That's why they call it the hot corner. Out number 1.
For the Phillies, to center fielder, number 22, Cassidy Stevens.
So now Cassidy Stevens, center fielder for Shenandoah. Another slap hitter, so back-to-back slappers for Shenandoah. And Ellen Army, a couple pitches and a quick out as that first pitch misses down and away. So 1 ball, no strikes to Stevens. One 0 misses well upstairs, so 2-0 from Narmi to Stevens. Offering is in for strike number 1. That time, good job by Narmi to find the zone. Seems to kind of be not the only issue that you see early in the ball game from Narmi is she seems to have good stuff. She's just having a little bit of trouble locating. Is that 2-1? That looks like that misses as well. So 3-1 to Stevens. With the top of the order due up in Caroline Rogers. So definitely somebody you don't want to put on via a free pass. 3-1. And that misses for ball 4. So the 5th walk already for Narmi. And of the 5 walks, 4 of the walks have come around to score. And those were all 4 runs in the bottom of the first. So Rogers, the beneficiary of one of those walks. She walked and stole 2 bases and then came around to score. First pitch in for strike 1. The throw down is not in time. Stevens with the steal. So Rogers down in the count, no balls and 1 strike. A 1. Rogers lays the bunt down, throw to first, and it's going to be an errant play, and the ball's just laying on the ground and finally picked up by the second baseman, and there was a kind of an inadvertent collision there between Rogers and the second baseman, Lexi Darrington. It was inadvertent, and nobody was doing anything inappropriate there. The throw took Darrington to the running lane, so it ends up being basically, we're going to give that a hit, because it couldn't have been an error. So a hit and an RBI. That's going to bring up Jenna Berdorf. So now a runner at first, and now it's 5-1, and Rogers more than likely on her way to second base here very soon. And there's a bunt attempt, and that will roll foul. Good job by Alexis Narmi to wait till that ball does go foul before touching it. So that would have been runners at first and third because Rogers was on the move, on the pitch. So 0-1 to Berdorf, who's trying to help herself here. And she lays off Rogers into second very easily. So now it's 1-1. With now Rogers again at second base, her 3rd steal of this game by my count. She's probably on her way to 3rd. Why not? And that ball's bunted foul. So it'll be 1 ball, 2 strikes as Berdorf having a little trouble keeping that bunt in fair territory. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Rogers at second. Berdorf lets it go. The throw is not made, so that's a steal for Rogers again. Rogers, 4 steals in the first 2 innings of this game. That's a lot. That's a good pace. She's on pace for 14 steals tonight. I don't think that'll happen, but that's the pace right now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and fouled. Almost hit her dad. I don't know if they had an argument at the dinner table or anything, but that was close. He was as tall as his oldest son. That probably would have buzzed him. 2 balls, 2 strikes with Rogers at third, and Berdorf battling in a 2-2 count with Ellen Army. And another 2-2 offering. That's going to be foul. So we'll do it again. Two from Narmi. That's chopped off the plate, and that's going to be fair. The throw home and can't be handled, so that's going to end up going down as a fielder's choice. I don't know if they're going to end up giving them a hit. We'll probably have to give them a hit on that, more than likely. We'll have to give them a hit. We don't have to, but I'm gonna. So it's going to be a single and then reaching second base on the throw. So an RBI single for Berdorf, her first hit of the night. That's going to bring up Ethan, 0 for 1, struck out in the first. And we have a conference on the mound, in the circle. So we'll take one with them. We'll be back in 30.
This very moment, a board-certified surgeon specializing in female pelvic medicine and reconstructive surgery is scrubbing up in a newly remodeled surgical center full of the latest technology to give a woman a chance to take back control over her body. It will take less than an hour. There will be minimal recovery time, and afterwards, she'll start to feel normal again. These are the things that happen here every day. The new surgical center at Shenandoah Medical Center. Your health is our mission.
All right, so we're back here in Shenandoah, 6-1. 6 runs on 5 walks, 3 hits, 1 error, and by my count, 1 ball hit out of the infield. So Shenandoah will take it. They will take it. And Ethan again squaring early with 1 out. She lets that one go, but then that ball is just a pass ball, not a wild pitch. Not a wild pitch, pass balls. It was just not handled back there by the catcher. And Berdorf will get to third on a pass ball. And Ethan up in the count with now Berdorf standing at third as the 7th potential run of the night. And Ethan swings and fouls straight back. So 1-1. There's a good shot right there. It's the Berdorfs right there. So everybody appreciate that at home. Father-daughter combo there. As that 1-1 pitch is bunted foul. Don't know why I did that. Just don't have Jay here, so I got to do something. But they'll like that at home when they watch it later. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 6-0, 1 out. Anything on the ground past the pitcher scores a run. 1-2 in the dirt, so 2-2. Ethan, her first at bat, struck out swinging. So see if she can atone for that by putting the bat on the ball here and driving in a run. And that ball's popped into left center field, caught in left center field. Berdorf on the way home. Another good throw, and the throw beat Berdorf, but the tag was not applied in time, so it's going to go down as a sacrifice fly. And the 7th run. And that's going to bring up Nevaeh Yale.
For the Phillies, the catcher, number 15, Nevaeh Yale.
So Yale up now, nobody on, 2 outs. First pitch, swing and a miss, well behind. Swinging underwater there a little bit. It's like one of those parachutes was tied to the top of her bat there. 0-1, that's swung on and fouled straight back. Again, still kind of well behind that. Just stick with the speed if you're an Army and elevate and probably get out of the inning here. No balls, 2 strikes, and that's fouled straight back off of the fence on the baseball field as Yale again still well behind. Right idea, wrong location as an Army stayed with the hard stuff, but it was down in the zone. If you're up in the zone there, that's probably strike 3. 0-2 off speed, misses down and in, so 1 ball, 2 strikes. I think you go off speed here, you're just kind of helping Yale out. Just you're speeding up her bat. Don't want to do that. I mean, if you're Shenandoah, you want that to happen, but if you're the Saints, you don't. There's a 1-2 fastball in the inside corner. That's 3 outs, and that's 3 strikes. So 3 runs on the benefit of 2 hits, and technically no errors. So we go to the top of the 3rd. It's 7-1.
Together, Wall of Fame and Creative Embroidery are your top choice for all of your promotion needs. Whether you need screen printing or embroidery, trophies or signage, Wall of Fame and Creative Embroidery is your locally owned in-house answer. We pride ourselves on giving your business the highest quality promotional items with the personal attention you've come to expect. We promise you the best quality for the best price. Wall of Fame and Creative Embroidery, your local answer. 1501 Zenith Drive, Sioux City.
Welcome to your exclusive presentation of Shenandoah Athletics on Fuller Digital Solutions. Now we begin our live coverage and hope you enjoy the broadcast.
We are ready to rock and roll here. Top of the third. Shenandoah out to a nice early lead. Again, 7 runs. If you could score 7 runs in every 2 innings and never have to hit the ball out of the infield, which they finally did for the second out in the bottom of the second. But beyond that, that's the only ball that was hit out of the infield other than Abby Dummler's single. So 2 out of the infield, and you got 7 runs. That's impressive. That is impressive, and you'll take it every night of the week. It doesn't matter what team you are. And Berdorf, first pitch misses just a bit up and outside to Lexi Darrington. So 1-0. Number 9 hitter for the Saints, and then it'll be back to the top of the order. And that first pitch, or that first strike rather, on a 1-0 pitch, as Darrington was well out in front there. So 1-1. Big healthy swing from the number 9 hitter for the Saints. A healthy hack. 1-1 misses outside, so 2-1 to the second baseman, Darrington. Darrington involved in that tough play there at first base where the throw took her glove into the first base runner's path. And again, it wasn't anything that was malicious, but it just caused a little bit of a collision. And fortunately, everybody was okay, but just involved in that. And now she's up to bat here in a 2-2 count in the top of the third. 2-2 in for strike 3. So let it go with 2 strikes. Too good to let go, but she did. So back to the top of the order, and a big strikeout there for Berdorf. So nobody on for the top of the order. So Hochstein steps up. She struck out swinging her first time up. That is already the 4th strikeout just one time through the order for Berdorf. So she keeps that pace up. That's a pretty good pace. Hochstein slapped that ball, line drive into center field. And that's a solid single for the Saints in their first hit of the night. That was so fast, the camera couldn't even catch up to it. Good swing there from Hochstein, and that brings up Tessa Clifton with now runner at first. Got some speed. See if they put somebody in motion here. Yale's got a good arm back there, so we'll see what happens. See if down by 6 if you want to play the run game. Clifton takes the throw, was well in front, but it's just a bad throw. And then the bad throw leads to an extra base, so it's going to go down as a stolen base on really 2 errors, a stolen base, and then advancing to third on the air. So tough luck there for Shenandoah, but good aggressive base running for Hochstein. And it was a good throw, so I can't really give Yale the air. And that throw was well ahead of the runner. So had that ball been caught, the runner would have been out. I mean, there's no doubt in my mind about that. But you got to catch it first. Got to catch it before you apply the tag. So it's 2-0 to Clifton with now a Saint at 3rd and 1 out. Clifton, big swing, long swing. Swing and a miss, 2 and 1. Clifton flew out to Sarah Pickens in left field, her first time up. Making your first varsity start of the season, second batter of the game. You get a pop fly right to you. Another big swing and a miss. Healthy hacks this half inning for the Saints. Two and two. This would be a big out number 2 if Burdorf could get it. And that's popped right up the elevator shaft. Yale makes the catch, and Burdorf covers home, so nobody going anywhere. And 2 down. Nice pitch and good catch for out number 2 for Alexis Narmi.
The third baseman, number 24, Alexa Narmi.
So 2 down now with Hochstein still at third. Narmi up to the plate. She flew out to center field her first time up, and now it's time she flies out to deep left. That's hooking foul, and it is foul. So foul, a long strike. So 0-1 to Narmi. Had a little warning track power that time. Probably doesn't help that if you look at the flag out in right field as I look at it, because you can't look at it, but you have to take my word for it. The wind's blowing straight down. Little housekeeping issue over there around third base, but looks like crisis has been averted. So 0-1 the count to Narmi. Phillies with a 6-run lead here in the top of the 3rd. Changeup in for strike number 2. That's a beautiful pitch. And a good decision. You're way out in front of the fastball, or if it was a fastball, flip a changeup in. And now it's 0-2. Now you got the whole menu at your disposal if you're Burdorf and Yale. Oh, 2. There's another one on the outside corner, and that'll end the inning stranding the runner at third. So no runs, 1 hit, and 1 left. We go to the bottom half. Still 7-1.
Jim Hughes Real Estate has been a family-owned business since 1973, serving Iowa, Missouri, and Nebraska. Our experienced sales staff is eager to work for you. We look forward to offering you the best in personal service to meet all of your real estate needs, including residential, commercial, land, new construction, and auction services. Visit our website at jimhughesrealestate.com. Our website is updated daily. That's jimhughesrealestate.com.
We are back here in Shenandoah, Bob Lucky Folden Field, and it's been a little bit of luck and a little bit of skill and a little bit of everything in between for the Phillies so far in the first 2.5 innings as they have a 6-run lead. Some good base running, some timely hitting, some timely mistakes by the other side, and putting pressure on the defense and make them make plays, and that's kind of been the recipe so far early in the year. There's been some games where they've had a little bit more in the hits, but tonight hasn't been that night. But they're still manufacturing some runs here, and it's 5-6-7 due up for Shenandoah as Kylie Fouch steps in. She's 0 for 1, struck out her first time up, and she takes a ball way up and away as Ella Narmi begins her 3rd inning of work. And that 1-0 is fouled straight back off the catcher's mask. And looks like everybody's okay. There's Markle hustles up and gets the ball. Good job by the home plate umpire, dusting off the plate there. That's just good etiquette right there. Just make sure everything's okay. Dust off the plate. Give her a second. Good job. And for all you catchers watching at home, you do the same thing. If the catcher takes, or if the umpire takes one off the equipment, you go out there and you talk to the pitcher and make sure you give the umpire enough time. That's just proper. 1 ball, 1 strike to Fouch, and that's going to be in for strike number 2. So Fouch finds herself down in the count 1 ball, 2 strikes after striking out her first time up. See if she can put the bat on the ball this time. 1-2, that is line drive up the middle, hard ground ball. Single for Fouch. Leadoff single, one of the hardest hit balls of the night for the Phillies as Lexi Shabam steps in. Shabam was one of the many walks in inning number 1, one of the 4. One of the 4 walks is now looks like Cullen will step in for Shenandoah as a pinch runner. So Cullen in, Fouch out. There will be a re-enter. I would assume there will be a re-enter. We don't want to assume, though. The second game of the doubleheader for the boys underway just behind us there at Harry Sparger Field. St. Albert won the first game by 7 rather, 12-5. So now Shabam in the box, Cullen at first. And the ball is taken for a strike. Cullen in at second base. Trust me on that. And it's 0-1. So Shabam down on the count now. 0-1. Shabam lays down a bunt. See if we get the cover up first. We can't make the throw, and Cullen is going to score. Shabam stays at first, but that's going to go down as an error. Another error for the Saints. Their third of the game, and another run, and really just kind of just housekeeping here for the Saints. So Dummler to the plate. She had a hard hit ball between short and third, squaring to bunt. That's going to mean Shabam's on the move. Shabam on the move. Shabam's safe. That time I was able to actually show it to you. How about that? Good camera work. Thanks. So Shabam makes her way to scoring position. Now Dummler up on the count, 1-0. Conference there between home and third. So you see that. That looked pretty good there. Looked like they had a pretty good conversation there. Probably, hey, show a bunt again. We're going to steal her to third. Let's see what happens. Shows the bunt, and she pulled it back. And nothing going on there. 2-0. So Narmi in the circle, 2-0. To Dummler, and she takes the first strike of the at-bat, 2-1. Dummler pokes at the bunt, missed it, no contact, so Shabam gets to third. So the failed bunt attempt worked out in Shenandoah's favor as the ball was not able to be corralled back there by Markle. So now 2-2 to Dummler with Shabam at third. 2-2 is lined in the 5.5 hole. That's going to be a base hit. And Dummler 2 for 2 on the night, right in the same spot both times. And that's an RBI. That's a single with a stake attached. Nice job by Dummler. Has been swinging a hot bat here so far early in the year. That's 2 singles, and that's 2 RBI for Dummler. Now Callie Bebout steps in. She lined out sharply to the third baseman. Her first time up, Bebout, more than likely, I would assume you're holding up on this pitch, letting Dummler get to second base. Seems to be the theme tonight. First one is taken, and Dummler should have probably slid, but was fortunate to beat the throw. That was the closest play at second base so far tonight. Always a good time to dive, whether that's on the bases or in the field. Always a good time to dive. So 0-1, the count to Bebout. Bebout stabs at the bunt attempt and misses. Definitely don't want to stab at a bunt attempt. You want to catch it. You don't want to stab at it. You want to catch the ball with the bat. Feel like that's probably been talked about during BP. I would imagine so. 0-2 to Bebout. And she takes outside. Dummler still at second base. Gets herself back. 1-2 as Bebout still down in the count. Still nobody out in the top of the third. Or bottom of the third, rather. One-two Bebout, foul tip into the catcher's glove. Markle makes the catch. That's out number 1 and a strikeout for Narmi. So a needed out for the Saints. Brings up Cassidy Stevens, and then back to the top of the order. Stevens walked, stole a base, and scored her first time up. One of many, many steals tonight for the Phillies. And first pitch is popped foul and missed a vehicle. Boy, there is a vehicle just right there. That is just not smart. You're just so close to home plate. I just would not park there. But I do know a good body shop. The Doug Meyer Chevrolet's in the top right-hand corner of your screen. If you have any questions, just stop on out. 2013 U.S. Highway 59. 0-1 is taken. 1-1. Shameless plug. You're welcome. There's no J here, so I gotta fill time. So we are 1 ball, 1 strike to Cassidy Stevens. One in for strike 2 on the outside corner. So now 1 strike away from getting out number 2 here in the bottom of the third. And that 1-2 pitch spoiled, and it did hit that vehicle that I was just talking about. It bounced off of the vehicle on the bounce. It's going to be a softball-sized dent in the bottom of the passenger side rear door. Let's go see Chris Phillips at Doug Meyer Chevrolet in Shenandoah, Iowa, for all of your dent repair needs. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here we go, and that's low and away. Stevens hanging in there, battling here with 1 out. And the number 9 hitter in the order for Shenandoah. She put together a couple of good at-bats so far, plate appearances rather. And that 2-2 offering, that misses down and away. So Narmi in danger of losing Stevens. She was up in the count 1-2, and now the count is full, and with the top of the order looming for the Phillies. Full count offering. That's popped foul. That might hit another vehicle. Nope, just missed. Just scurried past a Chevy Silverado. Just behind the, you can see it on the screen, just behind the home dugout there. So we'll do the payoff pitch one more time. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Narmi toes the slab. And that ball's chopped right under the glove of Alexis Narmi. That's going to go down probably as an error, but I'm guessing since nobody touched it, it'll be a hit. Although I would argue that fact. But we're the hometown team, so we're going to give her a hit. That's a beautiful single. Going to look like a line drive in the box score. So runners at the corners, back to the top of the order. Caroline Rogers, 1 for 1 today, 4 stolen bases, a walk, an RBI. A lot of things going on here. As with runners at first and third, Stevens should be off on the pitch. And you shouldn't have a throw down, but you might. First pitch is a strike, throw to third, and Dummler wasn't even off of third base. But good idea. And now Stevens makes it to second, take my word for it. Defensive indifference there, so won't go down as a stolen base. But still, Rogers with 2 in scoring position here. And that 0-1 misses down and in, so 1-1. To the right fielder, leadoff hitter in the order for the Phillies. 9 runs for Shenandoah, 6 hits by my count, 3 errors, a host of walks, a host of stolen bases, too many to count. I could count, but that would take a while. Double digits, we got to be at double digits there. As that 1-1 pitch misses outside, so 2-1 look pretty good, but we're up in a little bit of an angle. I said we're in double digits in steals. I have 9, so we're close. As Rogers takes the 2-1 pitch, fouls it straight back. So we're even in the count, 2-2. It'd be a big out for an Army if she could get it. Two count to Rogers. And that ball's chopped to shortstop, picked up by the shortstop. No chance. That's going to be an infield single for Rogers. Too much speed. That's what speed do, as what former Royal Gerard Dyson used to always say. That's what speed do. Give you an infield single with a stake attached. So it's going to be 10-1 now. And Berdorf to the plate. Berdorf, she's also 1 for 1 with a walk and a single. Nobody home. That's going to go down as a single. Bases loaded, infield single. And death by 1,000 cuts here tonight for Shenandoah offensively, but they'll take it.
Now batting for the Phillies, the designated player, number 26,
So Stevens is at third, Rogers is at second, Berdorf is at first. The only seniors allowed on the bases at this point. Peyton Athan in the box, sacrifice fly her last time up. She's 0 for 1. First pitch misses way away. Nowhere to put him. So Narmi's got to come in the zone here. So 1 out in the inning. And that's off the plate. Got to go home with it. They do go home, but it's a poor throw, and the run scores. Here comes Rogers. She scores. And now runners at second and third. And 2 more runners score on another error for the Saints. Good hustle, good base running. And just putting the bat on the ball. We'll go down as an E1 with 2 RBI. We're going to get a timeout in the circle. We'll take one with him. We'll be right back.
Here it is. This is where my passion is my major.
With more than 80 areas of study, dozens of clubs and activities to choose from, and advisors who ask the right questions and offer support, it's easy to be you at Iowa Western.
Okay, so we are back here at Bob Lucky Fulton Field. One out here in the bottom of the third, 12-1. 12-1 with runners at second and third. Nevaeh Yale steps in. Hitless on the night, 0 for 1. Walked her first plate appearance, struck out last inning. But this will be the 9th Philly to bat in the inning. Unless there's a double play, we're going to bat around here. Yale well behind. First pitch fastball. Again, against Yale tonight at least, you definitely just want to stay firm because she just seems behind it, at least at this point tonight. So, got 8th in at second. Got Burdorf at third. And again, another fastball, and again behind it is Yale. So 0-2 with Bouch on deck. And it's line drive between the first and second baseman. That'll just score one. Yale gets atones for the strikeout her last time up. And they got runners at the corners behind it, but ahead of it just enough to keep it in play. And that is going to be the ball game. So 12 after 3, and that's the walk-off single for Shenandoah as they get it done in 3 innings, 13-1. We're going to step aside, pay some bills, and we'll be back hopefully to talk to Coach Burdorf after a sweep of the Saints.
United Group Insurance. People you know and people you trust. Because we are local in Southwest Iowa with offices in Red Oak, Atlantic, Griswold, and Shenandoah. Our team of agents will find the perfect policy for your needs from the wide variety of carriers that we work with. We offer policies for home, auto, life, farm, health, and commercial with vast experience in both hail and crop insurance. Learn more at unitedgroupins.com today.
For over 30 years, Pella Corporation has proudly supported the communities and neighborhoods they call home. As one of the largest employers in the area, they believe in investing in their community, creating opportunities, and shaping a brighter future for all. Visit www.careers.pella.com to explore exciting possibilities and see what job opportunities could await you. Again, www.careers.pella.com.
From large projects to daily tasks, we can help at Miller Building Supply in Shenandoah. This is Josh, and we pride ourselves on quality products, knowledge, and service. We're always available for advice on the projects that take years to design or the issues that need fixed in a hurry. And we offer free estimates on anything and everything you need to complete both. When you have a demand, we offer the supply. Miller Building Supply in Shenandoah.
I always was fascinated with working on vehicles ever since I was a little kid. I went to college for it, and it's just fun. To me, it's like an adult with a puzzle. When you can take the vehicles apart and you put them back together. The most rewarding thing about our business is just having customers be happy when they leave. It's everything. If you have people leave and they're unhappy, you have no business.
We're back here in Shenandoah. We're just kind of waiting on Coach Burdorf. He's on his way up here pretty soon, but Shenandoah takes the sweep tonight, 3-2 in game 1, very close, 13-1 in game 2. Pretty much never a doubt. Let's kind of go through the batting order here tonight. Officially official stats, Caroline Rogers went 2 for 2 on the night, reached base all 3 times, drove in 2 runs, stole 4 bases, so really good job out of the leadoff spot. Jenna Burdorf was 2 for 2, almost the exact same line. 2 singles, 1 RBI, and walked, scored all 3 times. Peyton Athan was 0 for 2. She reached base her last time on an error, drove in 3 runs. Nevaeh Yale was 1 for 2, the walk-off single, drove in a run. Kylie Fouch was 1 for 2 and scored. That would have been Cullen scoring. Lexi Shabam was 0 for 2, but did reach base twice and score, drove in a run. Abby Dumler 2 for 2, basically a repeat performance, exactly the same swing, exactly the same hit, drove in a run. So you scored. Callie Bebout 0 for 2. Cassidy Stevens was 1 for 1, reaching base twice, getting a steal. So everybody contributing tonight. I'm here joined now by Coach Burdorf. Coach, only one mic, so we'll share it. 2-0 tonight. We can talk a little bit about the first game, talk a little bit about the second game. 3-2, tight game. Offense at a premium in game 1. I watched the game. I came in late. It was 0-0. Seemed a lot like the beginning part of this game. Not a lot of hard hit balls, a lot of small ball. Turned up the pressure on the bases, and they kind of threw it around to help you a little bit, and then you were able to close the door. That was game 1. Let's talk maybe a little bit about that first.
Yeah, absolutely. Something we talked about the last time I talked to you. The last time I talked to you was about ultimately we have to play station to station, get people around the bases by moving the ball, stealing bases, and I don't know how many stolen bases we ended up with there in game 2, but it was a lot. 9. So it was a lot, and again, we took advantage of those situations, and we did a really good job of executing, putting the ball in play, bunting it. Got a push bunt from Lexi. Caroline has a nice bunt. Jenna has some balls in place. And just up and down the lineup, people did their job when they needed to tonight. And really that started in game 1. Putting pressure on their defense, taking advantage of their catcher, definitely helped us all night long.
So game 1, Peyton came in and she pitched a really good game. Jenna comes in, pitches the first time this season, pitches a win. So 2 different pitchers, first time you've used both. You'll have to do that for doubleheaders for sure. But it's nice to get production from both, as you expected that you would. But again, the defense, just the 1 error was my count tonight, and that's the only run you gave up. And it was probably one of those situations where next time you have practice or next time you have a conversation, it's like, we don't need to do that.
Yep, absolutely. And again, that's what we're going to need is great pitching, and Peyton did an awesome job. And, they scored 2 unearned runs in the top of the 7th of the first game. Peyton pitched fantastic. And then Jenna, just for her first time out, she was super, super nervous. I can tell you right now, she's like, I've never had to wait this long into a season before I've had to pitch. But that's credit to Peyton for all the hard work that she did last year and became our ace. And so it was huge for her to get out there and work, 3 innings and give up 1 hit, and I think she maybe walked 1, struck out 4 or 5. I don't know what the count was, but yeah, just excellent work by our pitching staff to give us a chance, and again, just a lot of execution. Even when we didn't get bunts down, we still had some people who hit the ball hard with 2 strikes, and just a overall really solid night from all of our kids to just battle and kind of play the way that we're going to need to play to win.
So now we turn the page as the Saints bus heads out of town. We turn the page to tomorrow. Reserve, JV, Varsity, Glenwood, and then Thursday at Red Oak. Is that correct? That's the rest of the week?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So 2-0 on the week so far, Coach. Now 5-1 on the year or 4-1? I feel like it's 4. Yeah, so 4-1 on the year, and were these both conference games?
Correct. Yeah.
So we're 2-1 in conference play.
3 LC.
Oh, they're in the conference too. Yeah. So 3-1 in conference play. So for myself, for Jay Soderberg, who's somewhere in South Carolina, and for Coach Burdorf, we're signing off 13-1 and 3-2. Phillies sweep the Saints. Good night, everybody.